pattern. We'll start with A in column 1. The government has announced an end to the, for our constitution, is it contextually relevant? So whenever you reject, make a note why it is not correct, contextually not acceptable. What is the second sentence? The government has announced an end to the sold of all new petrol and diesel cars by 2014. This is contextually relevant, but not grammatically. So what is wrong with this combination? Please underline the word sold. Which part of speech is it? Sold. It is a verb. Sell, sold, sold. But here we have to use the noun form. What is the noun form of this? Sale. So please make a note. Sale of, not sold of. Please underline the word sold. Below you write sale. Sale of all new petrol and diesel cars by 2014. Third option, the government has announced an end to the just to make sure my credit card. Government, my credit card, not contextually relevant. Reject that one. So with A, there is no combination, possible combination. I had to make a purchase today for our constitution, not contextually relevant. I had to make a purchase today, sold off all new petrol and diesel cars, not correct. I had to make a purchase today just to make sure my credit card had not been cancelled. This seems contextually right, grammatically also correct. So please make a note, CF, that is one combination, I'm sorry. BF, I had to make a purchase today just to make sure, BF, one combination. Now we'll see the third one. We will not accept this attack for our constitution by the other country. This is contextually relevant, but not grammatically. What is wrong with the second part? Will you say, first you underline the word attack in the first part. Attack for or attack on? So, attack on our constitution. So it is not grammatically correct. We will not accept this attack, sold off all new petrol, contextually not relevant. We will not accept this attack just to make sure my credit card, that is also not correct. Only one option is right. Which one is that? BF. Now please make a note. We have rejected A based on noun. They use the verb, that is not correct. Sale, we have to use the verb form. B is correct. The context goes into past, correct grammatically and contextually. And preposition based. C we rejected based on what? Preposition. What is the preposition to be used? On. But they have used for. Clear? Shall I move on to the next one? But what is the answer here? Which option is that? BF. First option is the answer. Question number 2. Between 2011 and 2016, the number of electric vehicles, underline the expression the number. What is the rule? The number, singular verb or plural verb? Singular verb. The number of electric vehicles, innovative methods to exploit opportunities. Does it sound right? Contextually relevant? No. The number of electric vehicles, heavy vehicles and collapsed, not relevant. The number of electric vehicles on the road increased 30%. Between 2011 and 2016, the number of electric vehicles on the road increased 30%. Contextually, it is relevant. What is wrong with this part? Will you say increased 30% or increased by 30%? Because the context, it demands a preposition by 30%, but by is not there, you cannot accept. Now we'll take the second one. There is also a significant expansion in the use. After the word use, off should be there. Do you find off in any of the options? No. So you cannot consider that one. The bridge could not sustain the weight of innovative methods, not correct. Heavy vehicles and collapsed. This seems contextually right, grammatically right. On the road increased 30%, not relevant. So what is the answer here? C, E. The bridge could not sustain the weight of, underline the word sustain. Here sustain means what? Bear, withstand. Write the words bear or withstand. The bridge could not sustain the weight of heavy vehicles and collapsed. So which option is correct? CE. Which option is that? The answer is the fifth option, CE. So A is not correct based on what? Are you guys attentive? Based on what? Preposition. B also based on preposition. What is C? Past, could not, collapsed. Context is past. Correct grammatically and contextually. Question number 3. While there are now approximately only a quarter more homes than in 1990, navigating around the house can be difficult, not relevant. There has been a threefold increase in price. Now please underline a quarter more homes. Quarter means what? 1/4. Then in E talks about there has been a threefold increase in price. This seems contextually right, grammatically correct. Shall I read out? While there are now approximately only a quarter more homes than in 1990, comma, there has been a threefold increase in price. Hold that one. For people with degenerative diseases, even navigating around the house can be difficult. Now underline the word degenerative. Degenerative, usually it goes with backbone related problems related to health, backbone, but sometimes it goes with memory related to brain. Please make a note. Memory related, we also use the word degenerative. Memory related. Now if you take that meaning, for people with degenerative diseases, even navigating around the house can be difficult. Does it sound right or wrong? It sounds right. Hold that one. Getting your message across is much more. It doesn't go with D. It doesn't go with E. What is F? Important, more important than trying to put a focus on accent. This also seems right. Now what does it mean? All the three options are right. Which option says that? Which option? The first option. Present, please make a note. First option related to present context, correct grammatically and contextually. B also, present context, correct grammatically and contextually. C also, present context, correct grammatically and contextually. Always remember to consider two things. One is the context, whether present or past or future. Then comes grammar dimension or grammar aspect. Now all the three we have done. How many questions? 3. Who has got all the 3 correct? That's very good. I appreciate 1 or 2 students. Now we will see the passage. I think after that we have the passage. Am I right? So we will see the analysis. I want to present differently today. How many words? Only 476 words. Nowadays they are giving 800 words, 1000 words. So 476. Imagine the speed, average speed is 200 words per minute. Exam point of view, 150 words. Imagine you don't have that speed also. Imagine your speed is 100 words per minute. Time required to read the passage, about 5 minutes. Time required to answer. Are you guys listening? About 3 minutes, not more than that. And what is it about? It is about copyright infringement and intellectual property rights. A very useful passage. It is in the limelight. A lot of people are losing millions of dollars. A lot of companies are losing millions of dollars because of copyright, violation of copyright. Broad framework based on the questions. Questions based on comprehension, how many? 6 questions. Questions based on vocabulary, how many? 2. Questions based on idioms, 1. Questions based on expressions, a writer's expression, only 1. Total 10 questions are there. Now we'll see the questions. Shall I read out? Shall I read out? According to the passage, how is the cost of sales reduced Now, by the movie world, please underline movie world. All of you please go to page 2 and go to the 8th line, not sentence, 8th line from top. Page 2, 8th line. Shall I read out? It starts with the word also. So how does it go? Also, also the movie world is very dynamic, with on-demand and cost of sales are reduced greatly through direct distribution. So I have presented the same here. Also the movie world is very dynamic. Underline the word dynamic. Underline the word dynamic. Oh, so all of you please listen. It seems there is some scheme for unemployed youth, and someone may come today but don't register today. The authentic person is going to come tomorrow. Tomorrow, I think in the evening. That person will come here and you have to register tomorrow. Give your name, whatever the process. You have to do it tomorrow, not today. Is the message clear? I hope it's clear. Basha? That's it? Okay. So also the movie world is very dynamic. Underline the word dynamic. With on-demand and costs of sales are reduced greatly through, what is the clue for you? Direct distribution. Generally, any business, you have the manufacturer, then dealer, then distributor, then retailer. There's a chain. And every stage the profits, they get cut off. The manufacturer has to lose a 5% or 10%. Further down the line, another 5%. Down the line, 5%. Usually it is that way. When you remove all the middle management or middle people, then what happens? It is between the manufacturer and the customer, end customer. Then they can save the money on whatever they pay to the intermediate people. That is a concept, direct distribution. Now we'll see the question and the options. What is the question here? According to the passage, how is the cost of sales reduced now by the movie world? Reduction of cost of sales. By direct distribution of movies, so many given to intermediaries is saved. Money given to intermediaries is saved. This is right or wrong? Hold that one. The state government done away with the entertainment taxes, nowhere mentioned. The actors working on the film have started charging less for specific movies, not mentioned. By increasing the prices for the movie tickets, not correct. The Film Association has reduced the fee levied for locations used in filming. Underline the word levied. Levy means what? Impose, right? Impose. Usually it goes with taxes. Levy the taxes means what? Impose the taxes. So what is the answer here? The first option is the answer. Direct distribution, you save money. Whatever you pay the intermediate person, you save that amount. So, question number 5. Which of the following is the opposite in meaning to the word authentic? This is an easy word. Authentic means what? Genuine or correct or real, not a fake one. Generally it goes with, write the combination, authentic information. First you write the combination, authentic information. Means correct information. Write one more combination, authentic source, correct source, genuine source. Also write the combination, authentic product, not a fake product, a real product. Okay. Now he wants the opposite. And here in the context, what is the word, how has it been used? Authentic what? Authentic proprietor means real proprietor, not a fake one. Deceased. What is the meaning of this word? Please underline the word. Careful with the spelling. Deceased means what? Dead. Write the meaning. A dead person. Deceased means dead. A dead person. Loud. Cheap, straight, dubious. That's an important word. Please underline the word dubious. Dubious means what? Doubtful. Please write doubtful. and write the combinations dubious distinction. Dubious distinction. Someone claims something, you doubt, then what do you say? Dubious distinction, not authentic. Also write dubious statement. Dubious statement / claim, 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 dubious claim, not authentic. So what is the answer here? Many. Fourth option is the answer. Authentic, dubious, quite opposite. Which of the following can be said about copyright infringement? Infringe means what? Violate, copyright violation. Now all of you please go to page 2 and the third line, 1, 2, 3, page 2, the third line, you can see copyright infringement, same expression. Copyright infringement is illegal, underline the word illegal, and so is trademark infringement. Copyright infringement is illegal and so is trademark infringement. Only one sentence. Now what can be said about copyright infringement? What is the first option here? It is legal as some percentage of the profit generated is given to the real owners. Is it right? It is illegal, it cannot be legal, mark it wrong. Only the book, music and movie world can be protected. Right now they are being protected. That meaning is different, can be protected is different. Please underline the word only, and can be protected means what? Other sectors cannot be protected. That is not correct. That is not correct. They are being protected right now. It doesn't mean that only they can be protected. Hope you are getting the difference. So mark it wrong. It is very easy nowadays to copy someone's idea and sell it for a hefty sum. This is right, mentioned in the passage. Tick this one. Underline the word hefty. Hefty means what? Heavy, huge, enormous. Heavy, huge, enormous. Now what is the answer based on that? Only C. I think there is a problem with the key, this question. Don't consider the key. You trust yourself. Wherever it is, based on that you can judge. Is it question number 7? Same in meaning. What is the word? First you write the general meaning of dynamic. One of the meanings, active. Typical meaning of dynamic, active. Please write the meaning, active. And write one combination, dynamic person. He is a very dynamic person. We also say dynamic personality. Write one more combination, dynamic personality. But in this context, dynamic means what? Evolving or progressing. Write one more meaning, changing, evolving, changing or evolving. Brackets write, not static, not static. So what is the first option here? Evolving, hold that one. Compelling, underline the word compelling, write the meaning. Compel means force, F-O-R-C-E, force. Influential, not relevant here. Someone who can use influence and change others' opinion or stand. Powerful, not relevant. Productive, not relevant. So what is the answer here? Evolving is the answer. Dynamic means what? Evolving. In the passage, there is a blank. I had to search for the blank. It is not conspicuous. I had to spend 2 minutes. In the passage, there is a blank which indicates that something has been omitted. Which of the following phrases will fit the given blank both contextually and grammatically? Now, what is the context? We will see. All of you please go to the last paragraph, the last sentence. In the end, have you located? In the end, billions go blank and the government states and cities suffer from losses in tax revenues. Revenue in the end, billions go. Where do they go? Down the road. Now, this is based on your knowledge related to idioms. Down the road, does it sound like an idiomatic expression? Hold that one. Hit the nail on the head, that is an idiomatic expression, but you don't know the meaning, then hold that one. Down the drain. If you consider down the road, you have to consider down the drain. Blessing in disguise is also an idiomatic expression. Now we'll see them like a hot potato. That is also an idiomatic expression. But here, if you know the meaning of the third option, down the drain, what does it mean? To go waste. Please write the meaning of the third option, down the drain. Something goes down the drain. Means go waste. Go down the drain. Use the verb go. Go down the drain means go waste. And there's one more idiomatic expression, please write. Go to the dogs. Go to the dogs. That also means the same. Go waste. See, you put in a lot of effort. If you don't get the positive result, then what do you say? All my effort has gone down the drain. All my effort has gone to the dogs. Means what? Waste. So answer is a third option. What is the context here? In the end, billions go down the drain. Means what? They go waste. Hope you got it. How many of you have chosen the third option? Not too many, but it's okay. Now down the road. Down the road, in a way it means along the path. Along the path. Along the path. Hit the nail on the head. To say the right thing or to do the right thing. Please write the meaning of that. Hit the nail on the head means to do the right thing or to say the right thing. To do or to say the right thing. Blessing in disguise. Something that is negative initially but turns out to be positive at a later stage. Initially negative, later positive. Then we use the expression blessing in disguise. Initially negative, but in the long run turns out to be positive. Like a hot potato, I'm not quite sure, but it could be something like a problematic person or a problematic situation. Just write that, problematic person or a problematic situation. I'll confirm tomorrow. Not quite sure. Shall I read out the next one? How many of you read the passage? What does the author want to convey through the phrase, while the world is big, it is also getting smaller? Now all of you please go to the first page, sixth line. First page, line number 6. How does it go? While the world is big, it is or so. No, I'm sorry. While the world is big, it is getting smaller. I think somewhere something went wrong. While the world is big, it is also, I think, please correct it. It is also getting smaller. On what basis? He justifies. When you think about the ease of piracy, please underline the expression ease of piracy with technology. Ease, write the meaning. Ease means comfortable. Comfortable. I write one sentence. He played with ease. He played with ease. Means what? He played comfortably, not tensed up. He gave a presentation with ease. Means what? Not tensed up, comfortably. Now what do you understand from the sentence? Though the world is very big, because of technology, it is getting smaller. Because of technology, people are able to go for copyright infringement. They are able to get the pirated copies. Very simple. So shall we see the options? What is the first option? The reach of people is increasing due to technological advances. Does it sound right or wrong? Though it is big, because of technology, people are able to reach. This sounds right, hold that one. The geographical area of the continents is decreasing with climate change, not at all relevant in this context. It is difficult to handle internet connectivity problems worldwide, not relevant. The population of the world is increasing at an alarming rate, not relevant. A broader perspective helps people understand the world better, not relevant. So what is the answer here? The first option, the reach of people is increasing due to technological advances. We are able to reach within no time. Is it the last one or we have some more? Question number 10. According to the author, which of the following is or are not a deterrent? Please underline the word deterrent. You have got this word many a time. Deterrent means what? Something that stops you from doing something. Something that acts as a block, acts as an impediment, acts as a hurdle. Deterrent. Something that will block you from doing something. Deterrent faced by the major ISP providers or government to regulate fraudulent. Underline the word fraudulent. Means not genuine, fake, false. Fraudulent websites or search results. Now all of you please go to the second page, the paragraph, the second paragraph you could take. The first sentence, how does it start? The bad news is that, have you located? The bad news is that the major ISP search providers and governments do not seem to have the mind, underline the word mind, money, or the manpower. Three dimensions he talks about. They don't have three things: mind, money, manpower, to regulate or police all of the countries. Oh, no. To regulate or police all of the phony websites or search results, and different laws may apply in different countries. Now we'll see the options. So what is the question here? Deterrent point of view. Is or are not a deterrent, not a deterrent. Funds to make checking and regulation a regular practice. Is it a deterrent or not a deterrent? He talks about they have limitations based on money, mind, and manpower. Now funds, underline the word funds. Funds act as a deterrent. So hold that one. The laws regarding the online piracy differ from country to country. This is also a deterrent. Hold this one. The government or the ISP providers don't have adequate experts to deal with the issue. When he talks about the mind, perhaps he means the experts, the expertise. This also seems right. The cases against the fraud websites are not reported by artists in a timely manner. Is it a deterrent? It is not a deterrent. The question is about which one is not a deterrent. So what is the answer based on that? Fourth option. So which one says that? Only D. The third option is the answer. Only D. I think there's a problem with the key this also, or the key says the fourth option. Okay, fine. Answer is the third option, only D. Which of the following is the appropriate title for the passage? How to curb, underline the word curb. Curb means what? Control, check or control. Counterfeiting, underline the word counterfeiting. Means fake currency. Counterfeit currency means what? Fake currency. And theft on Wall Street. No. It is not about Wall Street. Is free internet a basic need today? It is not about that. Performance rights, exaggerated. It is not about performance rights. It is not about exaggeration. What is the meaning of the word exaggerated? To make something look bigger, sound bigger, appear bigger. Imagine there was an accident, 5 people died, and someone comes and tells 15 people died. They are trying to exaggerate. Okay. Shield against piracy, challenging and necessary. So the passage is all about what? Piracy. Social media, savior of artists, means protector. Write the meaning of this word. The one who protects, protector. Protector. But that is not relevant here. So what is the answer? The fourth option is the answer. Has anyone got all the 10 correct? 10 or how many questions? 8. Has anyone got all the questions right? Okay, no problem, doesn't matter. Now we'll see. What do you see next? Closed test. Shall I read out? Somehow today, I don't think it is going in the right way. You don't look quite enthusiastic. Something is missing. Is it because we got a break for 2 days? Not used to this style? Or is it because of the paper? Or some other reason? And I don't see a lot of students. Last week we had almost full. Today, here and there scattered. Whatever it is, listen very carefully. Closed test. How many questions? 7 questions. You should get all the 7, should not be a problem. Recently, a certain catchword, please underline the word catchword. And write one more expression, please write. We also say buzzword, that's right. And word in the limelight. Also write the expression, the word in the limelight. Everyone talks about that. Catchword, buzzword, something in the limelight, all the 3 mean the same. But something in the limelight, idiomatic expression. Catchword, buzzword, they are words. So, recently a certain catchword, Chindia, and catchphrase, underline catchphrase, made in Chindia, has been, please underline has been. It could be which tense? Present perfect or present perfect continuous, active voice or passive voice. But whatever it is, either verb ing form or verb past participle form, no other form. So we will see what are the options here. A. Which of the following will replace A in the context of the passage? Here has been deciding. Can you use the word deciding? No. Has been remarked? No. Has been noticed in the media? This seems right, hold that one. Defend, the verb form is not acceptable. Pretended, not relevant here. Pretend means what? To act. Now what is the answer here? Has been noticed in the Indian media. Has been noticed. Which option is that? It reminds us of the notebook tablet by a Chinese company, Lenovo, which is lighter and faster than Mac Air of Apple. So here you use a latest model or old model. He is talking about the buzzword. So the word has to be something related to the latest. So what are the options here? Which of the following will replace B in the context of the passage? Extinct, not relevant. Please write the meaning of the word extinct. Extinct means vanish or disappear. Please write vanish or disappear. And write the combinations. Usually it goes with plants and animals, flora and fauna, extinct plants, extinct animals. Not relevant in this context. Higher. Can you use the word higher? No. Defunct. Write the meaning of the word defunct. Defunct means not functioning. Not functioning. Something doesn't function, then we say defunct. Not in use. Write one more meaning. Not in use. Not functioning, not in use. Can you use that word? No. Newly talks about the present, and latest. You have to select one of the two. But here you have to, what is the context here? Which part of speech are you supposed to select? Notebook, which part of speech is it? It is a noun. You have to use the adjective. Which is the adjective here? Is it latest or newly? Latest. So what is the answer here? It reminds us of the latest notebook or tablet. Latest. So latest notebook or tablet by a Chinese company, Lenovo, which is lighter and faster than Mac Air of Apple, and also has a 360-degree flip and fold. See, generally you talk about the gadgets. Please write the word gadget. All these are gadgets. Whatever you use, laptop, your mobile, all these, what is the word for that? Gadget. When you talk about the gadgets, what is the first question? Any gadget, what is the question you ask? What are the features? We use the word features. Now, what is this question number 14? Which of the following will replace C in the context of the passage? Features. Hold that one, features. Strategic. Does it sound right? No. We don't use the word strategic in this context, but I said the word strategy has two different meanings, or strategic studies. One goes with your plan, your approach to get success, strategy. What is the other meaning? Defense studies. Then we say strategic studies. Intention. Intention means what? You have an idea to do something, you have taken a decision to do something, you have the intention. Means you have decided to do something. Is it relevant here? No. Structures? No, not relevant. Design. Perhaps it design. Hold the first option and the fifth option. Now, what is lighter and faster than Mac Air of Apple, and also has a 360-degree flip and fold? Either you have to go for features or design, but here it talks about one aspect or many aspects. And also here, underline the expression, has a 360-degree flip and fold. It talks about one. Can you use the word features? Then what is the answer? Design, flip and fold design. I think there's a problem with the key. The key says features, am I right? So that is not correct. You cannot use flip and fold features. It's a feature. If at all you have to use the word feature, then it should be in singular. It is only one feature. Then we have to choose the word design. Any other word can you consider? I don't think so. Structures plural, features plural, strategic not relevant, intention not relevant. So the answer is the fifth option, design. Any questions from your side? Please raise your hand. He's ready with the mic. You can express your doubt. Shall I continue? It is said that the popularity of this product in the US has even resulted in what? Sales for Apple. What is the number? 15. Which of the following will replace D in the context of the passage? Even resulted in increased sales. Does it sound right? No. Cheap sales, not correct. Reduced sales for some other company. This seems right, hold that one. Reformed, does it go with this context? No. Irrelevant. Compact sales, no. We don't use compact product, but not sales, not the right combination. So what is the answer here? Resulted in what? Reduced sales for Apple. How many of you have got this one right? Reduced. Very good. This Chinese product has a beautiful Indian name. What is it? Yoga. All these Americans and Westerners are crazy about yoga. You'll be surprised to know, today in the US, IT sector, the number one. But according to one survey, it is not IT sector, the number one industry is yoga industry. In the US, they make millions of dollars. Every nook and corner, everywhere in the US, you see, they don't use the word, they use the word studio, yoga studio. And they're crazy about yoga. They spend so much time, they spend so much money on yoga. And yoga belongs to which country? How many of you practice yoga? Raise your hands. Only a few. That is very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. And we don't find it interesting. But those people, they're crazy about Indian spirituality. They're crazy about yoga. They're crazy about herbal products. You'll be surprised to know in Germany, olden days, no shampoos. All the people, Indians, traditional Indians, they would, to wash the hair, they would use soap nuts. What is the Telugu word for soap nut? Oh, you're all ready with the answer? So, today in Germany, it is so popular, soap nuts they sell like hotcakes in the departmental stores. And they use for two purposes. One is to wash the hair as a shampoo. The second, in the washing machine. In the washing machine, generally we use the detergent powder, but they use the soap nuts. They have the technology. And the soap nuts serve the purpose. And how many of you use soap nuts? Raise your hands. Oh, a few students. That's really good. Now we'll move on. The Chinese behind the product. Generally, you talk about the product, the program, the company. We use one expression, the person behind, the brain behind. So what are the options here? We will see. Is it F or E? E. Which of the following will replace E in the context of the passage? Brains. Seems right, hold that one. Intellect. What is the meaning of the word intellect? Knowledge, write the meaning. Intellectual, a wise person, knowledgeable person. Expert, employee, innovation. But what is the word here? Brains. We'll see the sentence. The Chinese, innovation, has someone said innovation? No, the Chinese brains behind the product got their brains there. You can tally that way also. The Chinese brains behind the product got their what? Which of the following will replace F in the context of the passage? Got their driven? No. Affirm? No. Inspiration. Generally a product, a company, a service, you need some sort of two words we use. One is inspiration, the other is motivation. The source of inspiration. They have used motivated also, but they should have used motivation. But here what is the answer? Third option, inspiration. The Chinese brains behind the product got their inspiration from the elegance and flexibility of yoga and invited Bollywood star Ranbir Kapoor to be its endorser. Please underline the word. Endorse means what? Publicly support a product or a service. Publicly say that I support this product, I endorse this product. Means he is a brand ambassador. He says this product is good. Then please write the expression brand ambassador. Brand ambassador, endorser, both mean the same. One who supports publicly a particular product or a service. To be its endorser, to be its brand ambassador. It shows that China-India Industrial Corporation is not just a what? Premises. Can you use that word in this context? Act? No. Concept. Just a concept. Seems right, hold that one. Ideas? No. Theoretical. Seems right, hold that one. Now we'll see the sentence. It shows that China-India Industrial Corporation is not just a theoretical. We cannot use that form. If at all you want to use the word, you have to say it's not just a theory. It is not just a theory, because some students, while I was reading out, they said theoretical. I wanted to make it very clear. The word theoretical, contextually right, but the form is not correct. We have to use not just a theory, but they have not given theory, theoretical. So what is the answer based on that? Not just a concept. What is the answer here? Concept, third option, but a reality. A very short passage, and how many blanks? 7 blanks. As far as my knowledge goes, in my opinion, you should get all the 7. One reading, you don't have to go for the second reading. Perhaps 1 or 2 blanks second reading, but you should get all the 7. Now let me ask the question, how many of you have got all the 7 correct? Please raise your hands. First you give them a big hand. About 7 students. 7 blanks, 7 students. Why? What is the problem? Easy one. Who has got 5 or 5 plus? Oh, then it is acceptable. A lot of students, that is highly appreciable. 1 or 2 we never consider, plus or minus 1 or 2. So, but 7 I appreciate, and 5 plus also highly appreciable. Now shall I move on to the next set? What do they deal with? Questions 19 to 30. Now we can do in a systematic way. 19 to 24, double fillers. Are you ready? I'll read out. There should be a person posted near to guide participants towards the waiting area. The speaker's voice preceded his only by a second. Now, what is the first one? Stage. This goes with the first option. Near the stage. A person posted. Posted here means what? Placed. Near the stage, right. But can you use stage for the second blank? The speaker's voice preceded his stage. Not correct. Podium. What is a podium? Now, I am using, where am I right now? Where is the master? In front of the podium, near the podium, by the podium. But this picture is not very clear. I just wanted to show, we use, this is what? Many institutes, they don't use a podium. And this institute, Sudhir sir invests a lot on technology and infrastructure, so there is a podium. Many institutes, I don't think you can think of a podium. But in the West, look at the technology, look at that podium. Where do we stand? Where do they stand? Have you seen? How does it look? It looks so modern. It looks so sleek. Sleek means what? Stylish. Sleek. What is the spelling? It goes with products. Sleek. It means stylish, sleek product. It looks so nice. And it's completely based on technology. Am I right? So we will see. Podium, is it right here? Near the podium is right. His podium, not correct. Fragrance, not relevant in this context. So I don't want to waste time. Hall. Near the hall, it is right. Preceded his hall. His fragrance, his podium, not acceptable. And what is the last one? There should be a person posted near the entrance, that is right, to guide participants towards the waiting area. The speaker's voice preceded his entrance only by a second. Perhaps he was talking, while talking he entered, and the sound waves travel faster than the individual. So his voice preceded his entrance. So what is the answer based on this? The fifth option is the answer. How many of you have chosen the fifth option? Right. Now please write, posted has many meanings, vocabulary. Post. Post could be a verb, it could be a noun. Lamp post, there it is a noun. Post, post the letters, verb. But posted, it goes with, tomorrow you get selected. You will be posted someplace. That is one context. Post the person near the entrance. Place him over there. Another context. So many contexts are there. Now precede. Preceded. What is the meaning of the word precede? To come before. To come before. Shall I move on to the next question? Question number 20. He fell off. Please underline the phrasal verb fall off, past fell off. He fell off the boat and was dragged. Underline the word dragged. Drag means pull with force, not casually, using force. I'll show the meanings later. Was dragged along by the full stop. They are not able to offer further price reduction given the circumstances. Now we'll see the options. He fell off the boat and was dragged along by the difficult, not correct. Recent, not correct. Part, not correct. Current. Here the context is what? Boat, water. Water current, that is right. So we'll see this one. He fell off the boat and was dragged along by the current. They are not able to offer further price reduction given the current circumstances. Here in the second sentence, current means what? Present. So it goes with both the sentences. Hold that one. By the present, that is not correct. So what is the answer here? Fourth option is the answer. Please write fall off. You all know the meaning. Fall off means to come off a particular thing, a vehicle or a boat or a horse. Fell off the horse, fell off the bike, fell off the boat. Typical combinations. Write the meaning of the word drag. Drag means what? Pull someone or something along forcefully. That is very important. Using force. So current has three different meanings. One, electricity related. Another, water current. Third, present, current affairs. Present, whatever is happening. And use word map, we'll see a few words. First you write the word boat. Write the word capsize. Capsize means what? Turn upside down. Also write the word overturn. Also write the expression turn upside down. Then generally a boat capsizes or a ship capsizes. You see the parts of the ship. What is the word for that? A wreckage. Write the word a wreckage. Also write the expression ship wreck. Ship wreck. Also write the word, sometimes the boats, because of the water current, they get drifted. Write the word drift. And generally we don't use the word drowned with boats, but a person goes down. Then what is the word you use? Drown. Death by drowning. If you enter a water body, you don't know how to swim, then what will happen? You get drowned, you go down. So this is what a few important words related to boats or ships. Ships also you could write. Shall I move on to the next question? Is it 21? He has somewhat defects, but I think he's a great scholar. So here he has some defects. Defects, which part of speech is it? Are you guys listening? You can't take so much time. Please write noun. Before that, what are you supposed to use? Adjective. So keep that in mind. The police found his body in a shallow. Shallow is an adjective. Then you have to use which word, which part of speech. So remember that also. Behind the garage. How do you pronounce it? Garage. Okay. Not garage. Okay. Now we'll see what are the options here. Dig. He has some dig defects, is it right? Lake, not relevant. Grave. Grave has got two different meanings. One meaning, grave means what? Typical. The place where the dead body is kept. The shallow ground, open ground where the dead body is lowered. We call it grave. And in this context, grave defects, then what could be the meaning? Major defects. Please write grave one meaning. Grave one meaning. Major. Grave defects. Here it is an adjective. What does it mean? Major defects. And second one, grave, the open ground where the dead body is kept. That is where the dead body is buried, obviously. Grave. Open ground where the dead body is kept. Now what is the next option? Big room. Now what do you think the answer? Grave defects, major defects. In a shallow grave. Shallow, what is opposite? Deep. So graves are usually shallow. Shallow grave. Here it is related to the dead body, behind the garage. Okay. Now we'll see the words. First you write the meaning of the word scholar. Already I've got this word many a time. Scholar means a learned person. Please write learned person, knowledgeable person. So shallow means what? Not deep. Shallow opposite deep. Now write a few words, a word map related to scholar. As you said, one girl has said polymath. That's right. Please write polymath. Also write intellectual. Also write walking. Walking encyclopedia. The other day I gave a new word. Do you remember? I said, very good. Please write that also. What is it? Highbrow. B-R-O-W. Am I right? Highbrow. That you have to recollect. Also write the word genius. Also write the word outstanding person. Outstanding. So these are some of the words that go with scholar: polymath, intellectual, walking encyclopedia, highbrow, genius, outstanding person in a particular field. Now please write not a good word for word map, write the word grave. And you write dead body. What is the other word? Dead body. Please write corpse. Corpse means what? Dead body. Then write the word cemetery. Christians, they use the word cemetery. Hindus use the word burial ground. Also write, perhaps Muslims also, I suppose, they use the word graveyard. And generally Christians, they keep the dead body in a wooden box. What is that called? Coffin. Coffin. They lower the coffin into the grave. And Hindus, they use combustible material, usually sandalwood. On that sandalwood, they keep the body. What is that word? Pyre. P-Y-R-E. So some of the words related to. Shall I move on to the next one? Is it going slowly or pace is okay? Fine. Her behavior speaks. Generally, if you know the language, you read a lot. Before you see the options, you will think of one word. What is it? Volumes. His behavior speaks volumes, or her behavior speaks volumes. Hold that one. About her upbringing, underline the word upbringing. That's an important word. There are several on modern art and literature in the library. I think the word is library. I corrected that one. Her behavior speaks volumes about her upbringing. This is perfect. I don't know how many of you know this expression, but a perfect word. And what is the second sentence? There are several volumes on modern art and literature in the library. This also seems right. So hold the first option. Her behavior speaks much about her upbringing. There are several much on modern art. Does it sound right? No. Capacity, is it right? No. Much, several book or books. So it is not correct. Point or points. So then it's not relevant also. So what is the answer here? Volumes. How many of you have got this one right? Oh, a lot of students. That's very good. Please make a note. Upbringing. Upbringing means what? The way you have been brought up. The way you have been brought up. Bring up, we use brought up. The way you have been brought up. Upbringing. That's a very good word. Modern art, very difficult to understand. Tell me, what is this? Can anyone tell what it is? If you can tell, it is not modern art. If you cannot tell, it is modern art. Modern art we cannot tell. Each one can interpret the way he or she likes. It is individual specific, based on his own interpretation or her own interpretation. Rather, we use the word, please write the word abstract. Modern art is what? Modern art, we also use the expression abstract art. Very difficult to understand. Then you write the word art, word map, art. First you write the word aesthetics. Aesthetics is a field related to arts or beauty. Aesthetics. From there to this field, painting, sculpture, all these belong. So painting, you all know the word, but please write the word sculptor. Then you write the word sculpture. What is the difference? Sculptor, sculpture. Sculptor is a person who makes sculptures. Sculpture is the actual thing. Then already have written the word abstract. Please write, today if you take auction, you all know the word auction. Auction means what? What is the Telugu word for auction? Then what happens over there, you have to know the word, we use the word bidding. Bidding takes place at auction. Someone says 100, someone says 200, then it goes on that way. Bidding. These are basic words. I can give a lot of words, but not important from the exam point of view. See, today what I am trying to do, you must have seen some difference in the presentation. What is the difference? Question is one thing, but based on that, what to learn, another column, and also the focus is more on word maps and word forms. So these you have to, today I may not give all the words because of the time factor, but after the session you have to add more words related to art, related to boat, related to ship, relevant from the exam point of view. Always remember that. Then you are ready for the exam. Everything is at one place. Shall I go to the next question? What is the question number? 23. The architect, while designing the building, failed to take into. This also, before you see the options, you should think of one particular word. Take into what? Two words. One is account, the other consideration. Take into account, take into consideration. The special needs of old people, full stop. The stand-up comic, please underline stand-up comic, gave everyone a humorous, underline the word humorous, of her encounter with the monkeys. Now first we will see the options. Failed to take into account, that seems right, and gave everyone a humorous account of her encounter with the monkeys. This also seems right. Hold this one. Take into version, is it right? No. Take into consideration, this seems right, and gave everyone a humorous consideration. This is not right. You cannot use for the second blank the word consideration. Take into reason, not correct. Take into thought, not correct. So what is the answer here? The first option, take into account and gave everyone a humorous account of something. Please write, take into account. Expression, what is the meaning? Consider or think. Take into account means consider or think. Then you write stand-up comic. It's a performance by an individual. A person stands on stage and tries to entertain the audience, make them laugh. And it is a mono-dialogue. Mono-dialogue means what? One person keeps saying something. So stands and entertains, so stand-up comic. And the person is called stand-up comedian. Stand-up comic, the performance. Person is called what? Stand-up comedian. Humorous. Humorous means what? Fun. Also write words like hilarious. Also write amusing. Amusing, hilarious, humorous, funny, comedy, they all mean the same. Humorous, fun, comedy, hilarious, amusing. Word forms, please make a note, write the word account. You could write words like accountant, accountancy, account for. Account for means what? Explain. Please write the meaning. You have to account for your behavior. You have to account for your statement. Means what? Explain. You have to account for the expenses. Explain the expenses. Account as a verb you could write. Already it is there. So try to add more forms. 24. The committee, underline the word committee. Which part of speech is it? Which type of noun is it? Collective noun. That you should recollect. The committee had been formed to the new constitution. Generally, constitution, what is the word? Draft. You all must be knowing that. There was a space under the front door because of which air came in and cooled the house. This is a little difficult to make out. But what is the first option here? Draft the new constitution. That is right. But draft of air, you may not know the meaning. Let's say you don't know the meaning, hold that one. Prepare the new constitution, that is right. Which a prepare of air, is it right? No. Sketch of air, not correct. Gust. Gust is right. It goes with wind, but it doesn't go with the constitution. And flow. Flow goes with air, it doesn't go with constitution. Now, what is the answer here? The first option, draft the new constitution, draft of air. Write the meaning of the word draft. A current of cool air. Draft means a current of cool air. Current of cool air. In a room or an enclosed place. In a room or an enclosed place. A current of cool air in a room or an enclosed place. So, committee, underline and write collective noun, recollect all the related rules. Draft means what? One meaning, to write, to formulate, to prepare. Another meaning, a current of air. Then write the meaning of the word gust. Gust means what? A brief, strong rush of wind. A brief, strong rush of wind. Now, what is a word map? If you take house as a general word, the place where you live. Generally, students think and they take an isolated approach. They look at the paper, they look at one question and they get the answer, they stop there. But that is not enough. You should have the background information. The depth is very important. If you take the place where you live, how many words you know, whether you know some of the words which are important, that matters. In this context, the word could be house. That is not important. What is important here? Do you know all the words related to house? That is important. So, please write first one, hut. Then you write mud house. Then you write tile house. Then you write mansion. Then you write bungalow. Then you write palace. Mansion. Mansion means a pretty big building. Bungalow, mansion. Tile house. Indian traditional house is what? A tile house. You see the tiles on the top. And palace. So, these are the typical words. See, what I am trying to do today, I want you to make it a habit to create the word maps and word forms. These are very easy one. You all must be knowing these words. Perhaps mansion you may not know, a few students, but other words I am damn sure you know the words. The point here I want you to inculcate the habit of creating word maps, not words like house, words related to economy, related to polity, related to science and technology, related to education, related to socio-cultural problems. That will help you in the exam. This is only a beginning. Hope you got it. Don't wonder why master is giving all easy words and easy concepts. You should always start with easy, then you should go to difficult. You should always learn simple, then you should go to complex. That's a systematic approach. Is that the last one? Now you have a problem. What is this? A new pattern. Double errors. The last 6 questions. 25 to 30. Shall I? Looks like you guys are exhausted. I should be exhausted, not you. It should be the other way. Whatever it is, please be attentive. These are not that easy. Some problems are there with the questions. A little irritating. I don't know, intentional or DTP person's problem. But here, what are these questions about? you find 2 errors. You see 5 parts, 4 parts or 5 parts, and you see for sure 2 parts have errors. Your job is to identify those 2 parts and select the right combination. How to answer these questions? First, read the sentence carefully. Understand the context. Contextual awareness is important. Recollect the rules, all the grammar rules spontaneously, which are relevant rather. Identify one error. You know for sure, one error you know. And based on that, eliminate other options. And usually you can get the correct option. This should be the approach. Now we'll see question number 26. Our government has pledged, underline the word pledged, to be the first generation, underline the word generation, to leave the environment to a better state than it inherited. Now from your side, you tell me how many errors are there and what are they. First, what are the errors you could spot? One is C, what is it? To leave the environment to or in a better state. Please round off to and write in. You leave it in a better state. We use the preposition in. And what is the second one? Then or than. Please change it. But there is one more error. That's why I said some of these questions are rather irritating and disturbing. Where is the third error? We don't know the exact context. Generally, please underline the expression first generation. First generation, second generation, third generation, we use with persons or people. Usually, when people migrate from one country to another country, and in that particular country, we say the first family, the first generation. Then they get children, the second generation. Their children, the third generation. That is one usage point of view. Second, it goes with products. You release or launch a product, the first one. That is called first generation. Then after 5 years, you modify that, value addition, you make it a better product, second generation, then third generation. But here, what is the subject? Are you guys listening? What is the subject here? As far as my knowledge goes, in my opinion, we don't use the expression first generation with government. The sentence should have been, our government has pledged to be the first government. Please correct it. First generation is not correct, first government. To leave the environment in a better state than it inherited. That is the right sentence. Generally, I cross-checked, I spent a lot of time, but it goes with persons, migration related, it goes with products. I haven't seen the combination related to the government. So pledge, write the meaning of the word pledge. Pledge means what? Promise or oath, take oath. First generation, please write, it goes with persons and products, both. Persons, products. Then inherit, inherit means what? Receive as in, here please underline, as an heir, H is silent. They have given in a few exams this word. H is silent, mute H or silent H, you have to use the indefinite article an, that you should recollect. So here it's a chance for you to recollect or create the word map related to environment. Environment, you have to create the word map, very useful. I cannot do that now, so many words you have to write. You have to write words like global warming, greenhouse gases, greenhouse effect, ozone layer, depletion of ozone layer, then acid rains, oil spills, extinction of species, deforestation, afforestation, then sustainability, eco-friendly products, eco-friendly lifestyle. Then all these are basic words, air pollution, water pollution, land pollution, so many words are there, but always have the word map related to environment. What is the reason? Quite often they give passages, one thing, and you know the lexical terms, you can answer the questions easily. And quite often descriptive paper, they ask you to write a passage related to environment, one of the dimensions. So that will help. So what is the answer here? C and D, which option says that? First option is the answer, but not, there is one more error. Now we'll move on to the next one, 26. We will continue to underline the preposition to. To do what? Modern our aviation or modernize? So please, there is an error here. We will continue to modernize our aviation and shipping sectors, both through international and domestically or domestic. So here we have to use the adjective, not the adverb. Domestic schemes. Domestic schemes. This also I could not cross-check, but I felt we will continue to modernize our aviation and shipping sectors. Not this one. One more question. We have to check that one. So what is the answer here? B and D. Which option says that? Fourth option is the answer. B and D. Modernize. Modernize means what? To have the latest, update, upgrade. All these words could be used. Update, upgrade, have the latest equipment. Write the expression state-of-the-art technology. Also write world-class facilities or world-class infrastructure. Domestic, international, within the country, what is the word? Domestic, one meaning. Domestic, another meaning, related to the house. Please write. Domestic means what? Domestic problem means what? Problem related to at home, some problem. Domestic issues. And word map, you should write all the different sectors and related words. Different sectors, easy to write, but words related to those sectors. Service sector, what are the words? Manufacturing sector, what are the words? IT sector, what are the words? Banking sector, what are the words? Then that will help you in the long run. '27, Britain, one of the first country or countries? One of the first countries, this is, please put a star mark, this one, this is very important. Britain, one of the first countries that has recognized the challenge posed in climate or posed by climate change. In is not correct, please change it to posed by. Posed by what? Climate change. And led the world in taking action. Here you may get the doubt, led the world in taking action. That is correct. I brought two examples, please make a note. Now, first what is the answer here based on that? Country is not correct, it should be countries, B, and by, B, C. Which option says that? First option is the answer. And you may have the doubt regarding the fourth part, world in taking action. Please write these examples. Meaning of that, lead, to be foremost in or among. That is the meaning of lead. Lead means to be foremost in or among. Now look at the expressions, examples. Led the field in nuclear research. Led the world in something. So that means it is correct. One more expression. Led her teammates in free throws. Here underline the preposition in. Generally it takes the preposition by, lead by something. It also takes the preposition in. So these two expressions and the given sentence, led the world, past form, led the world in what? In taking action. That is also right. So what is the answer based on this? I hope you guys are listening. First option is the answer. Shall I move on to the next one? But before that, please write, you have to recollect here grammar knowledge. One of the things, only one. I have said many a time, I don't want to sing the same song. Now please write climate, word map. Climate, so many words you can learn. All useful from the exam point of view, climate related. So create a word map. Question number 28. It's already 3:15. We have achieved significant results in both the power and waste sectors, and now needs, please strike off, to replicate this success. I could not understand, some printing error, this success apart from the economy, perhaps that is missing, apart from the economy, am I right? So please add the word apart from the economy. Need to replicate this success apart from the economy. But not very clear, and the words and letters not at all clear over there. I feel this question they should have used in both the power, please underline the power, the waste sector. They should have used the second expression also. That's what I was talking about some time back. But where is the error? What is the answer here? C and D. Which option says that? The third option. What is the meaning of the word significant, important? You all must be knowing. Replicate. Replicate means duplicate, create a similar copy. And you have to create, this is the most important sector. What is it? Economy. You should have a lot of words related to economy. And 29, the social pressures to perform or for perform. Please change it. The social pressures to perform unpaid care work remains the main barrier to prevent women from getting into the labor force. So where are the errors? A and C. Which option says that? Second option. Barrier. Barrier means what? Hurdle, impediment. Write the words like barrier, hurdle, impediment, block, all these. Get into. Here they have used getting into. Get into means what? Start being involved in an activity. Start being involved in an activity. Involved in an activity. And you have to create a word map related to work. Work is the most important thing. A lot of words can be written. Now 29, 30, the last one. There is no conflict between them, aspiration, and their plan. Their plan, will you say them or their aspiration? So please correct it. Their aspiration and their plan to create an economy that works for everyone. So where are the errors? B and D. Which option says that? The fourth option. Aspiration. What is the meaning? Desire, hope. You could also write the word ambition. Ambition. Aspire. To have the ambition, to have the desire. And them, which part of speech is it? Which type of pronoun is it? Which form? Is it subject form or object form? It is a personal pronoun object form. Personal pronoun object form. What is there? Is it a pronoun or is it an adjective? Their aspiration. Actually, it is a pronoun. In the usage, if you take possessive pronouns, two forms. Theirs, their. It is theirs. Here it is a pronoun. It is their bag. Bag is a noun. There is what? Possessive adjective. So here it is possessive adjective. And please try to create the word map. What is the word? Aspire. I would like to stop here. Thank you very much.